All right, folks, so this brings us into our Wednesday exercise, or our midweek exercise. It's also the steel belt, which if you read your TriJake 360-day challenge, you're supposed to complete the steel belt on a daily basis. You should do it right around lunchtime, somewhere in that range. You will need a stability ball for this. If you are doing the steel belt in, say, your office or workplace, we're going to do the first 9 exercises, which do not require any equipment at all. The last 5 exercises will require a stability ball. So, if you're ready, let's go steel belt. We're going to hold each exercise for 1 minute. I'm just going to be taking you through each form. So, we're going to start, as you would any good core exercise program, with a 60-second plank. Arms out, hands apart, head up, squeeze throughout the entire core line, hold 1 minute. All right, folks, we just completed 1 minute. Next is mountain climbers. Where a lot of people go wrong with mountain climbers is they stick their butt way up in the air and they kind of jump between each foot, and that's not accurate at all. Remember, when you're doing a mountain climber, you're actually pulling your knee towards your chest. And a good little check for you is that to make sure that you keep your knee and your feet very close to the ground, but not touching. You should point your toes through, and they look just like this. Mountain climber here. Notice how my back stays flat, and we're just gonna go back and forth. So I'm really not pushing, I'm pulling my knee towards my chest. 1 minute. All right, guys, gals, get ready. Scissor kicks, 1 minute. We're gonna lay flat on our back, hands down to your side. Stay strong throughout your core, right down through here. You're gonna lay your head straight back. You're gonna raise one leg up at a time. Once you get started, your feet should never touch the ground for 1 minute. Here we go, scissor kicks. Ready, go. 1 minute. Pick a pace you're comfortable with. All right, team, next exercise, up and overs. You're gonna lay flat on the ground. You're gonna spread your legs wide, one hand behind your head, the other arm straight up into the air. Your first move is gonna be up towards the ceiling and over. You're gonna alternate to the other side. 1 minute. Start the timer now. Great exercise. Next exercise, we're gonna be doing a side plank. So you're gonna flip around, elbow directly under your shoulder line. You're gonna go straight up. A good modification for here would be to bring your foot to here, keeping this engaged all throughout the side plank or the oblique. You wanna put your hand up onto your heel. If you feel strong, my friends, kick that leg straight out and hold 30 seconds. Then you're gonna do the same thing the other way, 30 seconds. All right, guys, so after you do both sets of side planks, left and right side, we're gonna do Russian twists. For this, we're gonna balance up onto our butt. For the beginner, you should start with your feet on the ground, bent. Fold your hands. Where a lot of people go wrong with this is they think that they're supposed to keep in tight like this. Not entirely accurate. You want to try to get down as close to the ground as you can. Even touch the ground, unless you have a weight in your hand. If you have a weight in your hand, you should go as low to the ground as you can without touching the ground, because that takes away from the deceleration and or the athletic movement that would be involved in that. But that's a little too complicated for what we're talking about right now. So for the time being, feet on the ground, bend your knees, and try to get all the way down to the ground as you can. And we're gonna go 1 minute. You wanna challenge yourself? I know you do. Feet up, 1 minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got V-ups next. Very difficult. It's a leg lift, and then we're going to tap our toes, keeping our legs straight. This might be the most difficult exercise we're gonna do for our abs today. But if you can master it, you're in a league of your own, my friends. So you're gonna lay back flat, arms away. You're gonna lift your feet and your hands together at the same time, and you are going to reach to your toes and tap it. That'll be 1 V-up. 1, 2, 3. 1 minute V-ups. Very difficult. Stay focused and remember what you committed to. We're gonna follow those V-ups with simple leg lifts. Arms down by the side. Same exact thing that you did, minus the V-up. Thank goodness for that. 1 minute leg lifts. Exhale on your way up. All right, y'all. Elevated crunches next. Not near as scary as they sound. You're gonna lay down flat, knees up, feet up, fingers to temples, not behind your head. Your head, after all, needs to learn to support itself. I think you're old enough. Legs up and crunch 1 minute. Remember, a total crunch, you must lay all the way down flat before you crunch again. 1 minute. All right, team, stability ball time. So if you have one, grab it. We're gonna do ball sit-ups. Where people go wrong here a lot of times is they think they're on an amusement park ride, and when they go down, they roll, and they sit up. The other place they go wrong is they'll bounce back, and they'll just bounce up and down like it's a trampoline. Here's the proper form. You pick yourself a spot, something that you feel comfortable with. Have a nice wide base out in front of you. The ball doesn't move. You should feel as though you're almost gonna fall, completely unstable. Elbows go all the way up to the knees. Complete muscle contraction of your abs. We're gonna do this for 1 minute. All right, so after that 1 minute, we're gonna get into kneeling rollouts. Kneeling rollouts is one of my favorites. We're gonna drop our knees down to the ground, and we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna put the ball far out away from you. The further the ball is away from you, the more difficult the kneeling rollout is. We're gonna keep our eyes forward. I have my hands on the ball. If you feel like you should come in here and start with your elbows on the ball, that's your call. I'm a hand kind of guy, and then I roll out onto my forearms, and I touch my nose to the ball. So 1 minute kneeling rollouts, go. You can see how I bring my hips with me on this exercise. I don't drag them back like this. That's a great way to put too much shoulder stress on yourself. So bring your hips with you, engage the entire core. Whew. All right, guys, so that is a kneeling rollout. Moving into a nuclear crunch. If you have dumbbells at home or a way to keep the ball stable, might be a good idea. Or if you really trust your balance and stabilization skills, you get up into a nice push-up position, head nice and steady. Start with the ball on your shins, and you are going to bring your knees towards your chest. 1 minute, nuclear crunches. Two more exercises to go. First one, pass backs. One of the most difficult things you can do for your entire core process. If you remember doing V-ups, they're very similar to pass backs. We're gonna take this ball, put it between our feet, and we're gonna pass it back and forth between our feet and our hands. We're gonna do this exercise for 30 seconds at a time. So go for 30, take a rest, 30 more. Hands back, remember, just like V-ups, pass it up and down, up and down. 30 seconds, passing it back. All right, team, so we just took your entire core through over 200 different moves. So they just went through some serious trauma. Last thing we're gonna do with the stability balls, we're gonna do what's called a starfish. You sit on the ball, you're actually gonna roll forward, and you're just gonna open up your stomach and really let the blood come in and open up the chest. Feels fantastic. Hold here, 1 minute. 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna complete those programs 4 weeks in a row, and then you're gonna enter into the next 60-day challenge. If you have any questions, you need to contact us at jake@tryjake.com or just send us a note at tryjake.com. This can absolutely change the way that you look at exercise. It can absolutely change your perspective on life, and it certainly is going to make you feel better. So thanks so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful fit day.